Hi, I'm Benjamin Carver. Here on my channel, I'm all about making wealth building possible for you, so that you can build your dream life and not waste another second. I make videos about building wealth through multiple income streams such as side hustles, investing, and entrepreneurship. I guarantee that if you take notes, you follow along, and you respond to the prompts for action, you will see success in your journey. And what's the point of all this? It's to get you that much closer to your goals in life. I'm talking about giving back to the community, retiring early, quitting that job. Whatever is important to you, I'm going to help you get there. Alright, so let's get into today's video. I'm going to be exposing 10 common myths / limiting beliefs that people face when trying to get into wealth building at an early age. Now I'm talking about the top 10 common misconceptions that I see out there, but let's be honest, there are endless reasons why we can't do this, we shouldn't do that. As someone who's so passionate about building wealth and starting young, I find that a lot of my conversations with friends and family members, people I interact with, is often very negative when it comes to money, investing, finances. Perhaps maybe it wasn't talked about in their family, or they got burned in the past on an investment, or they tried to start a business and it failed. We can come up with endless reasons why we shouldn't go after building personal wealth. And today, I'm here to not only expose the most common ones, but to also talk about a framework that I want you to develop in your own mindset that says, okay, what are my beliefs? Are they limiting? Are they real? Am I being emotional or logical? And then we go from there. Alright, before we get into today's video, I did have to split it into 2 different parts. It was just too long, but I didn't want to deprive you guys of the content that I'm putting out there, because I really believe that when you dive into these 10 myths, you're going to see how they're interacting in your own life, and you're going to be changed so much for the better. So stay tuned for that second video and enjoy. Alright, myth number 1. You have to wait until a certain age. That may be something that's not necessarily said, but pushed onto us from an early age. If your parents aren't big into finances, if they don't talk about it in front of you, if your friends don't talk about building wealth, we may just assume that it's for older people. I want to start by saying there are so many ways to get started before you even turn 18. One, if you get your parents on board, you can start investing in the stock market. You can also start side hustles like walking dogs, mowing lawns. You can start an actual business. There's plenty of people who have done it before they've even graduated high school. Worst case scenario, get a job. Some states let you start at 14. I got my first job at 15, just scooping ice cream. Whatever it takes to build up wealth. Because when it's time, you can invest that money, you can use it to seed a company. Whatever you want to do, you'll be ready. Here's the best part. It's never been a better time to get started while you're young. Because of technology, we already have the upper hand, and we can make money from anywhere we're at, any age, as long as we develop the right skills and know-how. Okay, let's look at some crazy facts. There are about 22 million millionaires in the US. 6% of those are aged 20 to 29. And you may think that's not a big number, but that actually comes out to about 1.3 million millionaires under the age of 30. What's even crazier than that is once you're 30 to 39, you are only 2% likely to be a millionaire. That's 4% less than if you were in your 20s. And it gets worse. We get up to 40 to 49 years old, and you're only 7% likely to be a millionaire in the US. That's only 1% better than if you were in your 20s. So what does this tell us? This tells us that when you're in your 20s, that is prime time to build wealth, develop those skills, take risks, because the longer you wait, the less likely you are to become truly wealthy. Okay, number 2. It's either money or lifestyle. We all know the culture that we're in right now that tells you you have to hustle, you have to sacrifice, you have to give up your grandmother so that you can be wealthy. I'm here to tell you that there is a good mix of wealth and lifestyle, and they can coexist together. Honestly, that's the main reason I started this channel. I see the hustle culture out there, and I don't entirely agree with it. I'm all about putting in the work and building up wealth, but I want to do it the smart way and not the hard way. Don't confuse that with laziness. I'm all about putting in the work, but I'm not about sacrificing time with family, taking trips, the things that are important to me. And I don't believe that you have to either. So in this channel, I make videos that focus on building wealth the smart way. We focus on the lifestyle that we want, we cut out the things we don't, and we build wealth in the meanwhile. Myth number 3, the risks are just too large. When it comes to building wealth, we do make sacrifices and we do risk losing resources like time and money. Because risks are inherent in everything, I could also argue it the other way. Let's say that you do nothing. You don't want to risk losing your time, your money, all the other things you would have to sacrifice, right? Well, what about the life that you could have built? You're sacrificing that by choosing not to take any risks. Here's the deal. No matter what you do, no matter how much you try to avoid failure, it's gonna happen. And honestly, that is the best thing for your journey. Here's why. When you fail, you actually succeed faster because you take those lessons learned and it propels you forward. So, reason goes to show, the faster you fail, the faster you succeed. So why push it off till later? Start now and succeed sooner. Another note on that, risk analysis is a major part of being an entrepreneur. When you're building wealth, you have to consider all the risks. You have to attach weights to them saying, how much risk can I tolerate? How likely is this to succeed or fail? And then you proceed from there. We make decisions based on the risks, but we also consider the rewards of our actions and the cost of failure to take those actions. Number 4, I don't have the skills or the knowledge, so I can't do anything. Alright, this is a genuine concern for most, and I've been there. You look at all the people out there who are successful, who are wealthy, who are killing it, and you think, okay, clearly they know something I don't, I'm not where they are, here's where I am now, I need more knowledge, I need more experience. I get it. What most people fall into is something we call analysis paralysis. You can spend 1,000 hours studying up on a subject, talking to people about how they did it, and still not take any action whatsoever. We have this huge fear of failure, that we're not good enough and that we won't succeed. And a lot of that is tied to our experience, our skills, and abilities. But the truth is, there's so much more you could learn by just going out and doing. You gain confidence, skills, and abilities by doing, not by analyzing or researching or waiting. And the truth is, there's so many great ways to get started building up your wealth without any experience whatsoever. If you're waiting for the right opportunity to come, it never will. Number 5, this stuff is for the wealthy elite, not me. If you don't come from a wealthy background, if your parents never talked about money, you may just assume that it's not for you. If you don't know anybody who's ever been a millionaire, who invests in the stock market, owns a business, you may assume that it's not for you. And it's not necessarily your fault. We often become a reflection of our surroundings. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I want to make it very clear that you do not have to have a wealthy background in order to build wealth. According to US News, 88% of millionaires in the US did not inherit their wealth. I'm talking about first-gen millionaires who accumulated wealth through their own actions. Sure, maybe 12% of US millionaires inherited their wealth, and who knows how many of those inherited wealth from one of those first-gen millionaires. The point I'm trying to make here is that you do not have to come from a wealthy background in order to build wealth. It's all about the mindset that you develop and the actions that you take. And the best part, it has never been easier to self-educate and to learn from those who've been successful. There is so much content out there, all you have to do is reach out and grab it. Whether it's a book, a YouTube course, you name it, you go out there, you have the information at your fingertips, and you have the right connections to help you along your way. Whatever you do, don't let this be your limiting belief that keeps you back from achieving personal wealth. Alright, so that was just 5 of the top 10 myths / limiting beliefs that are holding you back from building up wealth and seeing your highest potential become a reality. If one of these resonated with you, go ahead and leave a comment down below in the chat. Let others know what you're struggling with and how you're going to overcome it. I have another video coming out next week where I go into the latter half of this video because guys, I want you to have this content in your hands. If you found something today that was useful for you, I want you to go and share it with a friend, a family member, a stranger. Guys, the whole idea here is to develop a mindset where we critique our beliefs, we discover what's blocking us from reaching our goals, and then we overcome them. I hope that you found this helpful. Don't forget to leave a like down below. Subscribe if you want more content about finance, investing, real estate, entrepreneurship, and side hustles. Alright, so let's go out there and optimize our wealth, maximize our life. I'll see you guys next time.